My stepmother made my childhood a nightmare, so I exposed her to the entire internet.
Do a Netflix documentary because I'll watch it.
I, 24 female, am getting married next summer to my fiance, John. My mom passed away when I was 7. Dad married Karen 4 years later. Karen has a daughter, Ellie, 22, from a previous relationship. Karen and Ellie are easily the most entitled, spoiled, rude people I've ever met. By the way, this comes from Deleted, and if you want to submit your own stories, go to the r/OKStorytime subreddit. I'm Sophia.
I'm Savannah.
And I'm Dakota.
And we're here to give good advice goofily, but we don't have all the answers. We only know what we do. So let us know what you would do in the comments. And Opie says, they never treated me like family. Karen has done everything possible to push me away. I haven't been in any family pictures since I was 14. This is classic evil stepmom. And I was never allowed on any family vacations or activities. Per Karen's request, my dad banned any family members from giving me gifts for my birthday or the holidays. She always hated me, and I can't even remember all the times I cried because of the things she would say to me. She banned other family members from giving gifts to you, and they complied?
Yeah, what? I mean, maybe she like said, oh, like she doesn't need anything or whatever. I don't know. Even that, like, you're going to get something out of me. It's your birthday. You're getting something. Sorry.
Ellie was the favorite child. Whatever she wanted, they would get it for her. Me, I had to work if I wanted something. School supplies, work for them. My clothes don't fit anymore, work for new ones. Ellie liked to break my stuff, and I would get grounded for getting mad at her. My last straw was when she cut all the pictures I had of my mom. Dad found me crying, and when I showed him the pictures, he told me to let it go. Wow. What? And he's gonna wonder why you cut him off when you're an adult.
Oh my God. Are you kidding me?
Diabolical.
One time, my sister was making me really, really mad. And so we had a little like school photo that was like a little like wallet cut of her. And I literally took a pen and wrote ugly on it.
Dang. Wow. And
Take that, City.
She'll never get over that. I packed a bag and went to stay with my grandparents. I was 17. Dad never came for me. He never called or texted me either. Yeah, he sucks. He reached out to me when I was 20, apologized, and said he wanted to reconnect. I literally don't know how I would ever be able to reconnect with this guy.
Yeah.
I told him that if he wanted that, he would have to work very hard to earn a relationship with me, since he hasn't been my dad since I was 12. And in 3 years, I hadn't heard from him at all. He said he'd do anything to be my dad again. Since then, I've been low contact with him because I don't feel like he's putting enough work into our relationship. I finished college last year and he attended the ceremony, and after that, we spent the entire weekend together bonding. It was the first time I felt like I had a dad in almost 13 years. I wanted my dad to attend the wedding as a guest, but I don't want Karen or Ellie there. I talked to my dad about it, and he was okay with attending as a guest, since my grandpa will be walking me down the aisle. But he was really mad when I said I wouldn't be inviting Karen and Ellie. His reasoning was that they are his family, so that makes them mine too. And he doesn't want them to be excluded. Like they excluded you from everything your whole life?
Ah, they literally cut your mom out of photos.
Yeah, no, they're not coming.
And banned you from gifts on your birthday?
Yeah.
Nah, I think I'm good.
Yeah. He then said he would not attend if they aren't invited, so I said, okay, I guess then you won't attend my wedding, and our relationship is over since you're choosing them over me again.
Wow. Good for you, OP.
It is my wedding, and I don't want those disgusting people there. Please don't contact me again. Go be with your perfect little family and forget I exist. You have practice with that. Goodbye. Then I blocked his number.
Oh my God. Okay, story time. I need your help. My mother-in-law just crashed my bachelorette party, and now I have absolutely nothing to do on May 23rd.
Well, I've got just the thing. Go to okop.show and get tickets for our first live show for you and your girls.
I don't know. It kind of sounds boring.
Do you think watching people's real problems get fixed in front of a live audience is boring?
Wait, actually, no. That sounds like an incredible girls' night.
That's what I thought. So come see OK Storytime live on May 23rd at 7 p.m. at the Stray Theater for $20 and leave your mother-in-law at home.
Wow.
Yeah, you deserve that.
Honestly, yeah. It sucks. Like, I couldn't imagine, because like my family is so supportive, so loving, and so like caring of like everyone in the family and then everyone around the family. Like, I couldn't imagine like feeling so distraught and so like left out.
Yeah.
Like your entire life, that's what you know.
I'm
Like
how
that's
could
what you associate your dad with,
Yeah.
is being left out and being forgotten and feeling like, oh, I'm not good enough because I am not this, that, and the other thing. And now it's like, oh, can we come to your wedding? No. That's
thank you.
actually hilarious. That's so funny. That is so funny, Dad.
Yeah, you're not coming. Some family members reached out and told me I should be the bigger person. Why? And that maybe the wedding could be what fixes our relationship.
Yeah, right.
Opie doesn't need to use her wedding to fix the relationship with her dad. The wedding is for her relationship with her husband.
Yeah.
My grandparents said that it's my big day and I shouldn't have people there who make me uncomfortable. A+ grandparents. John and his parents agree that I shouldn't have to invite people who hurt me just because they're legally considered family. So am I the a-hole. And there is an update, but no, not at all. Your family sucks and I would keep no contact with them. This situation is blown out of proportion. Karen's family has been blowing up my phone, sending me threats. And what's worse is that they've sent the same threats to my grandparents.
Wow.
That's the best way to get into someone's wedding.
Yeah, threatening them. I love, like, crazy people think that if you just threaten
you get
these
anything.
people, you could just do it.
No.
If someone always has to be the bigger person, soon enough they won't fit through the door. Whoa.
And there you
Stella!
go. Bars.
Come here.
I had a panic attack so bad when my grandma called me and told me that I'm currently in the hospital. John's mom is with me, and John and his dad went to my hometown to bring my grandparents here because I'm honestly scared something may happen to them. Wow. I don't know what to do. This has turned into a nightmare. And before you suggest a restraining order, in my country, they won't give you one unless they actually hurt you. John's aunt has offered to have us move in with her across the country, and as much as we love our life here, we will accept her offer. And edit, a lot of people keep asking why Karen and Ellie want to come to my wedding when they clearly hate me. I don't think they actually want to come. I think it's the fact that I don't want them there that makes them want to come. Yeah, they just don't like having everything. That's the issue.
Yeah, they're like, me being uninvited to a wedding? Ugh, I am your mom.
You have to, or I'll kidnap your family.
Yeah, or I'll threaten to do things to you.
Concerning.
Yeah.
They're not used to being told no, clearly. Edit, I've had some comments saying I should expose their threats on social media. And I think I'll do that and tag all of them. I can post an update after I do that if y'all want me to. Thank you for all the comments. And we've got that update. Do you think that she should have posted about this?
That she should have what?
I think she's considering posting about this on social media, kind of calling them out. I don't know how much that would do.
No. This
Personally.
is an internal affair. This does not need to be spread over social media. It doesn't need, like,
Yeah.
you know, it's one thing to, like, do it on Reddit, like, anonymously and be like, yeah, I'm asking for advice. But if you're just doing it to, like, make them, like, you know, react differently, like, that's not going to help
I think
the
it'll
situation at all.
I think it'll blow it up.
Yeah,
even
it'll blow
worse.
it up. Then there'll be, like, sides, and then, like, the
Yeah.
whole family will know, and then it'll be like, I'm not going to the wedding. I'm going. I'm not. And, you know, then it's like,
I don't
oh,
think we need all
God.
that.
It's so much drama. Like, just don't even post on social media. Just figure it out, you
Just
know,
don't invite them.
behind the curtains.
Update 2. I posted all the texts alongside the backstory on Facebook and Instagram and tagged them all. Safe to say they aren't happy. Karen and Ellie have now been cut off by all of Karen's family. Oh, okay, so I guess it was successful. Because apparently they didn't know about how they had treated me. Karen and Ellie had been lying to Karen's family for years, pretending to be a good stepmother and stepsister, while painting me as the one who never accepted them and made their lives heck. By the way, I hope you accept that you should listen to full episodes with stories just like this. Just go to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or iHeartRadio and search up OK Storytime. There is a little bit left to the story, but any final thoughts?
Your wedding, your rules.
Yeah,
They
don't
need to
invite
come.
them.
They were so mean to you and are still continuing to be mean.
Yeah.
No one has, like, even, like, thought of an apology or thought of, like, a way to be like, you know what? I want to right my wrongs. Like, they still think that they're doing everything right. So, no. Then you don't deserve to come and celebrate my big day, because I want people there who love me and respect me and want to see, like, support me. Like,
Yeah.
want to see me do good. And you want none of those things. So why would I even think to invite you anywhere near me?
And I'm glad that the Facebook post turned out better than we expected. I think still I would advise against doing that,
Yeah, I
but it
would've.
seems like everyone, you know, saw who they were and kind of took your side, which is great.
Yeah.
But we've got a little bit left. In addition, my dad is offering me money to delete the post because his friends and boss saw it. Oh no,
Wow.
the consequences of your literal own actions.
Oh,
You know what would be so
Wow.
funny is if you just took that money and then didn't take the post down.
Genius.
Jibby Neutron.
Dad's friend refused to talk to him, and his boss wants to see him first thing Monday morning. He's like, hey, I saw on Facebook that you don't support your daughter. I don't like that in an employee, so you're fired, bud. Also, how did your dad's boss see your Facebook post? What? I don't.
Mutual friend.
Yeah, I'm wondering how that happened.
Maybe she tagged him.
I'm assuming it's to fire him because dad's job involves public relations, and this is very bad for their image. Now they're all blowing up my phone with apologies and begging me to delete everything. My dad is blaming Karen for all of this and is considering divorcing her in the hope of saving his reputation.
Wow.
Dude, you were there too.
It wasn't good enough that OP had this opinion. Now that everyone knows that she's a witch, now it's like, oh,
yes, I didn't know that before.
Yeah.
I know I was in the same house and she was my wife, but I didn't know.
She treated you badly. I thought all of those things were out of love.
I
You
thought
not receiving presents,
that
like
was
banning gifts.
That was kind of like living more of like a
Don't you think we have too much?
a monk.
We need less.
More of a monk kind of life. Yeah.
More of a monk.
I wanted you to be kind of Marie Kondo.
We don't need to be so fortunate.
SOP's stepmother.
Yep. On another note, we accepted John's aunt's offer to move in with her, and we're thinking of making the move to our city permanent because honestly, I'm loving this place, and we may even find better paying jobs here. Anyways, tonight we're gonna have a small party to celebrate my dad's life being ruined.
Wow.
Okay. Sure. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, why not? That's fun.
But that's the end of that story, folks, and we've got another one coming right up.
My stepmother had no biological reason to love me, but she still did.
Yeah, sometimes people just love.
I know. Isn't this title so weird? My mother, 39 female, is not my biological mother, but I, 18 male, will be referring to her as my mother in this post because that's what she is to me. My biological mother passed away giving birth to me, and I was raised solely by my father, 43 male, for the first 3 years of my life until he met my mother. By the way, this comes from Throwaway Mater 25. And if you want to submit your own stories, go to the r/OK Storytime subreddit. I'm Savannah.
I'm Sophia.
And I'm Dakota.
And we're here to give some good advice, goofily. We don't have all your answers. We don't only tell you what we would do in this situation, but you should let us know what you would do down in the comments. Aight? As OP says, I won't be talking much about my father in this post. My father is amazing in every way, but this is about my mom. They got married months after my 6th birthday, and they have had 4 more kids. Wow. Okay.
Dang.
So you were 6, and then they had 4 more kids after that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay.
My mother always treated me like her own and never let me feel like an outsider or like a half sibling. I was always her son and big brother to all my siblings.
I love that.
Yesterday, I had my 18th birthday, and I spent the afternoon with my family and went to a party with my friends in the evening. When I got back home, everyone was already asleep, and there was an envelope on my pillow. I opened it, and it was a letter that my mother had written addressed to my 18-year-old self the day before she married my father. Stop.
That's so sweet.
Stop, because I feel like my
Aw.
grandma wrote a bunch of stuff for us that my mom has never said anything about. And like, because like there's like a when my
Put on Savannah.
what's it called? When my cousin got married, she was the first, like the oldest grandchild. And so like my grandma like gave her like something from her, like it was, I don't know, something that she had that they like made into something. I don't even know. But yeah, it was just like, oh, like that she passed that down to her and she had like no
it's
idea.
really beautiful.
Yeah.
I love this.
12 years ago, she wrote that letter telling me that she would never dishonor my biological mother's memory, but would try her best to be a mother figure to me. She promised to kiss my forehead every morning before I got on the school bus. She promised to always encourage my interest and would try her hardest to come to every practice and game of mine. She promised to never differentiate between me and any potential future siblings in any way, and many more beautiful promises. She ended it by saying, "You're an 18-year-old now, an adult, and are hopefully heading to college soon, and you no longer have any formal reason to maintain a relationship with me, but I truly hope that in these last 12 years, I was able to be a loving mother and fulfill all my promises to you, and I can only hope that you will continue to give me the privilege of being your mom because you will always be my son. I love you."
That's so sweet.
Aw, that's really nice.
I love that.
So it wasn't
me right now.
So it's not the biological mom. This is the
stepmom who
That's-
wrote this when she first
was.
became, stepmom.
Wow.
That's beautiful.
Yeah. It's so nice to like see that that's the mindset she had coming in.
Yeah,
Not
like I
like-
want to be this person's, I'm not going to force being the mom on it, but I
Yeah.
want to be this person's guardian. I want to protect them. I want to give them, I want to fulfill that role, which is beautiful.
Yeah. Why am I tearing up? Don't look at me.
It's true.
And had a picture my father took of her and my 3-year-old self at a zoo. Like my father, I'm a stoic but in tune with my emotions kind of person. This letter had me crying, and I have not been able to stop reading it again and again. And it's currently 4 a.m. as I type this. Aw, this is so nice. Like, what an
Yeah.
amazing feeling
Yeah.
that you can like get this emotion rather than like being like feeling left out or feeling like I wasn't good enough. Or,
like
you
the
know,
last story.
Yeah. Like
this
feeling all these
person,
things,
yeah.
but like this is such a switch up, and it's
Mhm.
so nice to know that like there are good people out there.
Yeah, there are people that want to support you and, want to see you succeed.
Yeah. My mother fulfilled every promise she made 12 years ago, and I genuinely can't imagine life without her. She opened her arms and heart to a boy who she had zero biological responsibility towards, and has been the most loving and supportive mother I could possibly ask for. How do I even begin to thank her for everything she did for me? What's something big or small I could do to show her how grateful I am for her? Oh, there's an update.
Literally tell her all this.
Yeah.
I'm sure, write her a letter back. Write a
True.
response letter and say, you know what, this is the sweetest thing ever. This is how I feel about you. This is how you succeeded in doing all of these things. Just tell her how you feel. I think that's the biggest thank you that you can ever give.
Yeah. And also maybe like a hug.
Yeah, a hug is nice.
Update. Holy crap. I didn't expect this to blow up. When I woke up, I read some of the comments and went straight to my mom and told her everything I wrote in the post, and I honestly couldn't keep it together and cried a little bit. I told her that no matter what, she was my mom and I loved her. I told her how much I appreciated her for all her love and support, and that I was proud to be her son. She also cried a lot and just told me that she loved me and she's very happy to have me around for a couple of extra months. I should be starting college in a few weeks, but I'm committed to a college for football and will be enrolling in January instead and just taking community college classes and training right now. By the way, you can come over and listen and cry to stories just like this on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, or your favorite podcast app, and just search up Okay Story Time.
Please.
Wow. Oh, I like Katie's. A scrapbook would be like so sweet.
That would be really sweet.
Oh my
I
gosh,
love
the
scrapbooks.
scrapbooks. Yeah. Scrapbooks are like, my sister made one of when she first came here in California. Oh my God, it has pictures of like me and my ex and
Yeah.
everything.
Oh,
And
oof.
yeah. But like, they're good pictures.
So
but
nice
like,
pictures. I look good in them.
they're so like, it's so cute to be like, that's what I
Yeah.
was doing when I first came here, and like
Yeah.
to see how far you've come and who you're now hanging out with and like all this stuff. It's so funny.
I love it. Where are you
Oh.
getting all of these? Just searching up reaction images of being like sad. That's really cute.
Okay. I'm planning to take her to the zoo and recreate the zoo photo, and I want to give her some kind of jewelry. I haven't figured out the jewelry part exactly, but I will eventually. For now, I just want to cherish these last couple of months before college and help my mom around the house however I can. Also, letters to our future selves is something I can get behind. Like a letter I write now and give to my mom before I get married or something would be nice. By the way, yes, she already illegally adopted me on my 10th birthday, and I've been calling her mom/mama for as long as I can remember, for those who are asking. And that's the end.
I love that.
It was a
really
very
sweet.
good story.
That was
Aw.
really sweet. I love when we have sweet stories and it's just happy.
Yeah.
That was great.
That was
Well,
good.
that's it. That's the whole show. That's it. Can't get better than that.
That's all. Thanks for listening.
My sister used to be my best friend until her husband came along.
Let's just drop the long.
Oops.
Till her husband what?
came.
Till her husband what? Oh, classic.
My husband, John, 29 male, our daughter, 6 female, and I, 27 female, were moving to a new state where my brother, 22 male, already lived. The original plan was that about a month after we got settled, my brother and I would go back to help our mom, 54 female, pack up her house and move too. By the way, this comes from Impressive Beat 8349, and if you want to submit your own stories, go to the r/OKStorytime subreddit. I'm Sophia.
I'm Riley.
I'm Dakota.
And we're here to give good advice goofily, but we don't have all the answers. We only know what we do, so let us know what you would do in the comments. And Opie says, around that time, my mom offered to pay for my sister, Anne, 21 female, her husband, Andy, 22 male, and their baby to move with us.
What's
It's
the baby's
probably
name?
like
Annie.
Annie, yeah. Their plan,
What? Sorry, could you go back? 21.
21 female and 22 male.
Okay. Okay. Cool. Wait,
And
what's her kid's
baby.
name? Or just
Nothing,
baby?
Just baby.
Okay, great.
The plan was for them to stay in our spare bedroom until they got onto their feet.
Oh man, I hope you got that in writing.
Yeah. I agreed, but I talked to Anne separately first. I told her they were welcome to stay as long as they cleaned up after themselves, understood there was a 6-month time limit, and that Andy kept his temper under control. He's got a temper?
Oh no.
Ooh.
Oh, that's not good.
That's the baby.
I love the baby. Also, a great space movie.
He has a habit of yelling and screaming while playing video games, which really upsets my autistic daughter.
You know, I don't really think you have to be autistic. for
Yeah,
to
that would
make you
upset me.
Yeah. She has ADHD.
Yeah, there we go. Anne said she understood, promised it wouldn't be an issue, and agreed that 6 months was more than enough time.
So Anne understood
But
it was
does
an issue.
Andy?
Yeah.
I would be going to him. I mean, like, let's bypass Anne. Let's go straight to the source and say, if I hear you screaming, you are not living in my house, Buster.
There was a point in time where video games were relaxing. You were playing Mario, you fall, oh dang, but it was a good time. Ever since 2012 Modern Warfare lobbies, it has changed men, right?
I actually would love to know when video games changed. I would love to know the history of that.
It's
Call of Duty.
more, I will say I've gotten so far away from like the FPS genre, and I've gotten back more into cozy games. They still exist. They're still out there.
Oh, cozy games are great.
Like I like to play like there's this game that came out called Ball Pit that I was really having a fun time with.
I've been playing the
And
new
it's
Pokemon
chill.
game.
That's good.
I don't like online shooters anymore. It's like they stress me out.
They stress you out. Everyone's too good. It's not a good move.
Yeah,
I thought you were
But Call of
implying-
Duty in 2009, 2010, that's kind of when it pivoted towards those kind of games.
Interesting.
Yeah. What were we
I
going to
want
say,
to learn
Dakota?
more about that.
Battlefield 3 was the greatest game ever made of all time.
Battlefront 2 Star Wars.
I don't have any frame of reference for this.
They're all so good. That era was too good.
You would like it. It's a Star Wars game. You
Uh-huh.
would like it.
Yeah.
If it's story based, I would.
Yeah.
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 It is.
You're lying.
No, there is like
There
an
is the
option.
last wait or no, what was it?
You play as a stormtrooper and you're working for Darth Vader.
I've played that.
What?
Yeah.
Wait, have you?
Yeah, I have.
Because I think he's lying.
No.
You're
The
not?
Stormtrooper
It's a
one?
real
Yeah.
game.
Yeah, you play as like a clone. You
I've played
you play as
that.
like you play as oh my god, what's his name? The father of all the clones where they were all
Django?
Yeah, you play as Django.
I played a Star Wars game like that a long time ago. I think one of my cousins had it.
Yeah, you played as Django's clone.
Yeah.
And then you like were on the good side, then you had to be on the bad side. Sorry, another little thing about Star Wars. My uncle, while watching the new Star Wars, was upset because none of the stormtroopers were Filipino anymore. He's like, what happened?
Were they?
Yeah, because he's Filipino, right? Or
I actually don't know. I think he might be like Maori or whatever. Like,
okay.
but
He's
I'll
of Asian
look it
descent.
up.
Yeah, but then they put a little quick line in the new Star Wars
Yeah.
that they diversified. But he was like, what happened?
Well, no. See,
Where are
okay,
all
so
the
to be
Maori
clear,
people?
the reason that they were all Filipinos because they were all clones of the same guy,
Yeah.
and in the new movies, they're not clones anymore. They're just dudes.
Yeah, and it's like, whoa, what? Their consistency.
Fast forward a couple of months to the big
Wait,
move.
time out real quick. If I was Darth Vader, I would want all my stormtroopers to be Filipinos. That would be such a fun time. You know how cool that would be?
Dude, they would be so awesome. They would have never built the Death Star.
We
They
would have
would've-
never got anything done. You're right. Yeah. Sorry. Anyways.
that's the most unrealistic thing is that they weren't just like making lumpia and like hanging out. Like,
I thought you just said they were Maori.
Well, no, I'm
In the Filipino
let's in
Oh,
the
okay,
Filipino version.
In the version where they're not Maori and they're
Well,
Filipino.
I'm looking up the actor. 1 second. Played by
Double Agent Riley.
yeah. Where he's from New Zealand. Yeah. Okay.
Oh.
Anyway, my brother and I got to my mom's house expecting Anne and Andy to meet us there so we could load that house first, then go to their apartment and load their stuff.
Smart.
They didn't show up the first day because they slept in. Huh? Wake up. I hate when people just say they slept in. Why? It's
'Cause it's so
ridiculous.
comfy.
No, get out of bed.
I have missed going out to get bagels with you because I have slept.
Yeah, get up.
I know who you're really talking about right now.
My boyfriend?
Yeah.
Oh, this morning I like forced him to get up so that we could go get bagels, and he did. He woke up and he was like, "Wow, this is so nice." He's like, "It's a beautiful day." Wow. I'm like, he's like, "We should do this more often." I was like, they called to apologize and said they'd be there soon, but didn't arrive until hours later, right when everyone was going to bed. That night, they stayed over so we could all wake up early and finish moving the heavy furniture before heading to their apartment. Except nobody slept. Anne and Andy spent most of the night play fighting and messing around, keeping everyone awake.
Oh, lovely.
What? Shut up. We asked them multiple times to stop, and they just laughed and kept going. I think we all got maybe 2 hours of sleep. Oh my God, I would go off.
Well, I thought we were adults here, but this is crazy. Don't y'all have to work in the morning or something?
Oh my God, this would piss me off.
Don't y'all have a kid? You can't be doing that.
Yeah, they've got a baby. The next morning, we started moving furniture. Anne and Andy suddenly needed to run home and shower. Stop.
Code for spicy sleep.
Yeah. They said they'd be right back. They never came back. They went home, slept, and ignored everyone's calls. These people are the worst. What should have taken a few hours ended up taking way longer with just my brother and me doing all the heavy lifting. I ended up injuring my knee in the process. When we finally got to their apartment around 2 p.m., my brother and I were exhausted and upset, but we kept quiet to keep the peace at my mom's request. She had already talked to Andy and told him everyone was tired and hurting, and there wouldn't be any goofing off. We were just getting it done and leaving. When we pulled into the complex, I called Anne to ask where to park. Andy answered and hung up on me as a joke.
What? They are blatantly disrespecting you in your face.
Yeah, at that point, I'm texting and I'm saying, "Hey, you're not moving in anymore. You guys suck."
Boom. Yeah, I mean, you're getting a little preview of what your life could be.
Mm-hmm. And it could suck. I told him I'd hurt my knee, I was in pain, and I wasn't in the mood for sarcasm. I just needed directions. Then I heard Anne in the background say that if I couldn't take sarcasm, I shouldn't dish it out. When? Literally when?
Dude.
When?
Sarcasm. What a beautiful thing. What a beautiful loophole.
Yeah, that was it. My brother was furious, and honestly, I lost my temper too. I told them they needed to grow up and act like adults and parents, and stop taking advantage of our mom's money and kindness. Andy heard my brother's voice in the background and called me a witch. He started insulting my brother's girlfriend, who wasn't even there, and then hung up.
Oh, that's sarcasm, though.
Yeah, it's all sarcasm.
That's the loophole.
Uh-huh. It's all sarcasm. You can't get mad at me. Nice loophole. It's beautiful.
Thank you.
My brother got out of the truck to confront him about what he said. A little while later, my mom showed up, having no idea what was happening. Like, everyone's yelling at each other and fighting, and Opie's mom shows up and is like, "I brought cookies! Oh, God! Oh, God! Oh, no! Okay." She saw my brother, 6'4", and built like a tank, standing there completely still, with his fists clenched at his sides, clearly trying not to hit Andy.
Oh, boy.
Meanwhile, Andy, 5'5", with a big mouth, was flailing around, yelling and trying to provoke him into swinging first.
Oh, my gosh. They are both the same age, too.
Yep.
Andy and the bro.
When my brother didn't, Andy called him a coward. Andy, you suck. Andy literally shut up, Andy.
I would really like to see how y'all became friends.
Like, this guy is 6'2", and you're 5'5", Andy?
That's a whole high. That's a foot.
Yeah, well, Andy is the sister's boyfriend.
I know.
Oh, I thought you were asking how they became.
Oh, how they became friends? Yeah. Oh, I meant. Sorry. Thank you.
After I told my husband what happened, he said the only way he'd feel comfortable letting them stay in our house was if they'd apologized and agreed that any aggressive behavior would stay outside and away from our daughter. I'm not letting them in the house at all.
No, we already talked.
We already know.
Fool me one time and then go to the third and just come out.
Yeah. I tried to smooth things over, but Ann and Andy wouldn't talk to me, so then they can't live. They can't live there. They can live. They can't live there. My brother and I left.
Sophia.
My brother and I left, and my mom stayed behind with the truck. Around midnight, my mom came back and told us Ann and Andy hadn't packed anything. They had left to get food and talk. So my mom stayed there, babysat, and packed up their entire apartment herself.
Oh my God.
I don't know where they think that stuff is going.
To the curb.
Yeah. She told them they needed to grow up, that we were leaving the next morning, and that while my brother and I were willing to apologize for losing our tempers, they needed to apologize too.
I think it would be easier to pack their house
Yeah.
to a new place than get an apology.
Yeah. I think that they're gonna, be shocked when this behavior doesn't get them a free place to live. Andy said he had nothing to apologize for. Apparently, I had disrespected him, and he doesn't do disrespect. Shut up. After more attempts to fix things, it turned into them saying it wasn't my house, just my mom's, and that they were moving in whether I liked it or not because she wanted them there. For the record, all 3 of our names are on the lease, and we split bills evenly. My mom corrected them and said it was equally our house and that they did need to apologize and reassure me about Andy's temper. They refused.
All right, you don't get to live now.
Yeah, tough. That's it. That's your whole life now.
No more live.
So the next morning, my mom unloaded all their belongings into a storage unit, and the rest of us headed to the new house.
All right.
Yay!
You know, that is a way better place than where I would have put their stuff.
Yeah, in the trash. A few weeks later, Andy called my mom saying we owed them thousands of dollars because we left them stranded and they had broken their lease. That's so tough. I guess you shouldn't have sucked so much.
Dang, dude.
Did we think about that?
How do you have this kind of mindset towards life?
Literally, like, how can you think that if you behave like an a-hole to everyone who's trying to help you, that they're going to still help you? Truly. And they had broken their lease. He insulted her. It smells really good. And she wasn't allowed to see her granddaughter anymore. I think it's the pasta, not the Celsius.
What does it smell like?
It smells like garlic.
It smells like pina colada.
Gross. Garlic Celsius? Ugh.
Talking about the pasta that's
I know, but now I'm thinking of garlic Celsius.
He also sent me nasty texts, including comments about my autistic daughter.
Oh.
I'll admit, I snapped back and called him a man-child and a few other things.
You know, it seems fair.
Yeah. My sister blocked me. A few days later, Andy apologized to my mom so she could see the baby again. Now it's been several months. Ann talks to my mom once or twice a week and occasionally to my brother, but not to me. By the way, you should talk to us by listening to full episodes with stories just like this. Just go to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or iHeartRadio and search up OK Storytime and then leave a couple comments there. It's like talking.
Yeah. I usually would listen
Yeah.
and like pause and then talk and then continue it.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever I was listening to John and Sam. And then what did I do?
Real?
I made myself a job.
That's called manifestation. So if you talk to us, maybe you'll work on the show.
Yeah.
It sucks. Wait, did you have any thoughts?
It sucks.
Yeah, it sucks. It sucks. It really does.
Yep. I'm just trying to think of the other places these people could live. Bakersfield.
Bakersfield. I just saw, did you send me that?
No.
I just saw the funny, no, I think Dakota's girlfriend sent it to me and it said, I would subject Bakersfield on my worst enemy.
Bakersfield, yep.
Yeah.
Oklahoma, anywhere in Oklahoma.
Never been to Oklahoma, so I can't say, but I know Bakersfield.
Oklahoma has some of the weirdest, coolest stuff randomly for no reason.
Like what?
Anything on Route 66. They've got a round barn.
Wow.
That's weird, a round barn.
Wow.
They've got. I know I'm getting hung up on the round barn.
They got a round barn. Did we talk about the round barn?
There's a lot of fun, cool, weird stuff on Route 66 in Oklahoma.
Sure.
Oh, nice. Okay. Maybe just the first part of Oklahoma.
Yeah, not the round barn. They can't live there. It sucks. I feel like I lost my relationship with my sister over some really stupid stuff. I don't feel like I'm as much of the a-hole as Ann and Andy say I am because I'm putting my child first. Also, an important note is that everyone got along and had good relationships before, except for not really liking Ann's husband very much. We all had the attitude of whatever, that's her husband. But it's not like we had to be friends with him, just have common courtesy, which he does not have for you guys.
And RESCPCC.
So you added a couple of letters. I think that is actually, you've just sent them to military school.
Oh, but yeah.
Another note is that the rest of the family all feel like Anne has completely changed who she is since she started dating her now husband.
Ah, really?
Funny how that happens.
I thought that was a beautiful, healthy relationship.
Yeah. I don't regret what I did, but I do mourn the relationship I had with my sister as we were close and used to talk and call practically every day. I also feel bad seeing how it has affected my mother, but she doesn't regret her decision and has said it's a really good thing they didn't make the move with us. She does feel like a bit of an a-hole though, and she's worried that Andy will take away her granddaughter again the next time she upsets them. I mean, yeah, probably. And any advice or suggestions would help. And that's the end of that story.
Oh.
I mean, unfortunately, that is what they're going to do. But I also don't think that you should listen to all of their demands because they need you more than you need them.
That's right. My daughter went vegetarian and it turned into a weapon against her whole family.
What about the animals?
My daughter, who is 12, decided 2 weeks ago she wants to be a vegetarian.
Been there, done that.
And I, her 45-year-old mother, was fine with that. I would support and encourage her if that's what she wanted. By the way, this comes from Big Explanation 3503. If you want to submit your own stories, you know where to go. I'm Riley.
I'm Sophia.
I'm Dakota.
And we're here to be goofy. And Sophia, what are they here to do?
You're here to listen up and give us your advice.
And Opie says, the past 2 weeks, she has been looking down on the rest of the family with snotty comments like, you know that will just sit in your colon, right?
Does she even know what that is?
Show me a colon.
It's like 12.
Show me a prostate.
Okay, well.
She
only
doesn't
12.
have that,
She's only 12.
I forgot.
Wait,
you
right?
guys don't have that.
right?
They have uteruses, we have prostates.
Because we're pros.
That's right. And I need to do a 12-year-old voice. It doesn't make you the but it definitely makes you the accomplice.
Oh, Lord.
Her brother, who is 7, is getting sick of it. And I am too.
Yeah, she's like, you 7-year-old, you are the problem with this world.
Oh my gosh. Especially when I just get home from work and I just want to relax and enjoy my meal. See, this is the problem with
Yeah.
people with dietary restrictions.
Oh.
They got to let everybody else know.
I don't even do that.
You do.
Well, I have to tell you that I don't eat certain things.
Every time we're deciding on a restaurant, I can't eat meat.
This is Riley. I'm allergic to shrimp. I eat 100 shrimp. I'm allergic to it. Oh wait, I'm actually not allergic to shrimp. Don't give me that shrimp. I'm allergic to it.
I think I'm back to the allergic side. I had cerveza. Cerveza?
Ceviche?
Ceviche.
I was about to say, you didn't have cerveza, man.
Yeah, it's a beer.
And it made my throat hurt.
See? He has to let everyone know.
Well, they ask.
You just need to eat a little bit less shrimp at a time.
Oh. Driving an hour through LA makes more stressful than a 12-hour drive across Alaska.
Yeah. I was
Welcome.
trying to get back from rehearsal yesterday. Hit so much traffic.
Golly. 3 days ago was my son's birthday, and we decided to take him out to his favorite restaurant. This place had vegetarian options, so I was not worried if my daughter would be upset about that. I asked her if she wanted to go, and she excitedly said yes. We get there, and when the waiter takes our order, my daughter decided she wanted a mushroom burger. I said, whoa, I thought you wanted to go vegetarian. She says, I'm taking a break since this is a special occasion.
I'm confused. How is that not vegetarian?
Do these people think mushrooms are animals?
I don't understand. Because I think either the mom doesn't know what vegetarian is, or she really doesn't know what vegetarian is, and there's like cheese on the burger, and she thinks, oh, well, cheese isn't vegetarian, which is... I don't understand what you're trying to say there.
I told the waiter to cancel that order and give us a few minutes. I looked at her and said, look here, Missy. You have been nothing but a knucklehead these past few days with your passive-aggressive comments since going vegan, vegetarian, whatever you liberal sissies want to call it. I'm sick of it.
No, that's what she was saying.
I feel like she added that in.
Mm-hmm.
You either commit to it now or you get nothing at all. She doesn't even look at me. She just flops her head on the table and starts crying the moment I start talking.
Wait, so she hit this?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
So our question is, it's either a burger with mushrooms
Yeah.
on it or a mushroom burger.
A mushroom burger is usually a portobello burger.
So I'm also confused here.
Yeah, but maybe if they're saying it's not vegetarian, then maybe it was a burger with mushrooms.
We don't know. We're also confused.
Yeah.
Nah, I would bet you that it is just a mushroom burger, and this person is so like stuck in the binary. They see the word burger and they're like,
Burger meat.
that must mean meat.
Yeah.
You have meat in your burger.
My husband does nothing but says, way to go.
Yeah, honestly, dude, high five. That was sick.
Way to go.
She doesn't move her head the entire dinner. Even when I ask her if we need to talk outside or go to the bathroom to collect herself, nothing. We get home and she just goes to her room. My husband thinks I'm the a-hole because I had ruined a night out. Am I the a-hole? We got some clarification. The only clarification we need
is what was on that burger.
portobello or beef.
Yeah, let me know.
Which one? Edit for clarification. So my husband and I told her to knock it off with the comments before this happened. At first, it was random cons about eating meat, and I told her I'm aware of this, but it's my choice. Then came the rude remarks like, so you're just gonna take 2 years off your lifespan like that? When I chose to reheat meatloaf for dinner instead of a pizza.
What? She thought pizza was better? Really?
It is. You have
It's tasty.
you have flour. You have
Tomatoes.
tomato. You have
Cheese.
oregano and cheese. Meatloaf?
What was on the pizza though? Was there meat on it?
No.
I would like
It was
to
a cheese
circle
pizza.
back to 2 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does this little missy think meatloaf takes 2 years off your life? Because if that's true, I'm negative 8,000 years old.
You're done, dude. You're done. 2 years gone. And only 2 years, like, or she thinks that like eating meat overall just only takes 2 years, which is like really not in the grand scheme of things.
Dude, there's so many things. Okay, hear me out. You eat meat,
Yeah.
but you walk 10,000 steps a day. You're equal.
I could meet you in the middle.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. If you only want to walk 5,000, that's it. Just a year off real life.
There we go.
I feel
Yeah.
like there's other things you can do you stand while you work. That's 5 years.
You know what? I will literally, I will bet
gonna live
you
forever.
anything. In the next 15 years, there will be studies that come out that say like, if you go like vegan or vegetarian without really staying on top of your like nutrient intake, like your
Well,
macros
yeah.
and micros,
Absolutely.
it's so much more detrimental to your health than like just eating a normal meat diet. Like,
Well, I mean, like, obviously, you still have to intake all of your like. Yeah.
yeah,
your protein.
obvious to us,
Yeah.
but not obvious to a lot of freaking people.
Yeah. I mean, people have been vegetarian and vegan for like centuries, so for all of time.
There were some vegetarians in the Bible.
What happened to them?
They got put in a pit of fire,
What?
Oh,
Why?
but
Dang
they
it.
survived.
Oh, okay, cool.
because of the vegetables.
No, it was because there were some other things, but yeah,
But the vegetables were a little bit.
they did
I
have something to do
saw
with
that
it.
episode of VeggieTales.
Yes. Oh, so did I.
Yeah. The bunny,
Dude,
the bunny.
I've said this
Ooh,
before.
I know, the bunny.
That genuinely
'Cause they
terrified
were
me as a
vegetables.
child.
That was a crazy one.
Yeah. I also really hated the pickle, the Easter bunny pickle one.
The cucumber?
No, he was a pickle. He was a
Larry?
giant pickle.
Oh, they
No.
put him in vinegar?
Yeah, he was a giant pickle, and he was really scary.
I don't remember that one. Sorry. God, I was going to say something else funny, but I forgot.
Sorry.
The bunny is funny.
The fun fact about that, they had to take it out of VeggieTales
Yeah.
because kids would go to school sing that. It's like, I won't eat my soup. All I want is the bunny. And so kids would stop listening to their parents.
Oh, eat my. See, I was at school saying, I love my lips. Oh, and also, Barbara, manatee.
You don't
are
even
the
know,
one.
man.
Dakota doesn't even know.
My homeschoolers, where are you at?
Silly songs for Larry? Dakota doesn't
With-
even know.
With Larry.
Sorry, silly songs with Larry. Dakota doesn't
We
even
have to
know.
stop. I'm sorry. Red lighting myself. At that point, I told her that she does not get to make rude remarks about people's lifestyle choices like that. And if she says something rude like that again, I'm taking away her phone.
Yeah, get her.
Dude.
I mean, that's probably where someone said that earlier. Like, she probably is getting all of this stuff from like TikTok or social media or something.
Damn dick attacker.
I don't think people under freaking 15 should have unsupervised access to TikTok and social media and Instagram.
Agreed. Of course, she cried and ran to her room. She stopped saying things like that to me and her dad. But then she started picking on her little brother when we were out of earshot and would deny it when he would tell us. Apparently, she has been telling her brother that he's a loser for eating meat, like hot dogs, and or so of his friends.
This child is 7 years old. She's like, you're a loser. You ate meat the other day. Girl, you just went to a restaurant and had meat or tried to get meat. Come on.
You're going to die in 2 years, little brother.
Jeez. This girl needs to have a talking to.
That whole lifespan thing just...
It's completely relative, dude.
Yeah.
You can eat all the vegetables in the world, but guess what? When you fall into that pit, it doesn't matter what you were eating. You fell in the pit.
Oh, man, if only I ate vegetables my whole life, I wouldn't have gotten this car crash. It would have came 2 years later.
Dude, I've said this before, but the craziest way I think you could ever get deleted is you're just chilling at home, meteor comes in through the ceiling, obliterates you. Like, I'm like just a golf ball. It's happened before.
Yeah, in the movie Monsters vs. Aliens.
In a movie.
In the movie,
No, it's
in the
happened. It's
documentary,
happened in
Monster
real life.
versus Aliens.
It has
Is that
happened.
nonfiction?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That really happened. That really happened. A woman got hit by an asteroid and she grew like so big.
Holy cow. So...
And the president can really play the keyboard like that.
Yeah.
Oh, God,
Yeah.
I need to watch it again. After doing this twice, I took her phone away and told her to apologize to her brother. And that if she wants to educate people on vegetarianism, that's fine. But she needs to stop being a bully about it. Again, she breaks down and just runs to her room. I'm not even yelling at her. This is how she tries to deflect accountability. I would have a different approach to this, but I'm not a parent. I tried to talk to her for an hour about this, but she flailed onto her bed and started bawling. I told her she needed to calm down and have a conversation with me about what's going on. She just screamed, "No!"
Tantrum.
So I left before losing my cool. At this point, I'm really considering therapy for us. So,
I mean,
wait. So why are you in here today?
because I wanted to tell everyone that if they eat me, they'll die in 2 years. I am the prophet, and no one will listen to me. I am Cassandra telling of the fall of Troy, and no one wants to hear me out.
What does this image make you think of?
Evil meat. Meat industry.
And that'll be $250.
Oh my goodness. I don't understand how money works because I'm only 12.
But you're a prophet. The prophet meet Hamid.
Prophets don't have to worry about financial stuff.
Never. Yeah,
Hey, you
it's
guys
kind of
want to
a
see
weird
something sick?
snippet.
Hell yeah.
Oh.
Oh my gosh.
Boop, 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 boop.
Oh, okay, here we go.
Woo.
Edit 2. When I said mushroom burger, I mean a burger with sauteed mushrooms on it with melted cheese. It's definitely not a portobello patty.
Thank you. Thank you.
And we got a verdict. That clears everything up
Yeah.
here. Wow.
I understand. I understand every issue in your family now.
Mushroom burger, dude.
Mushroom burger.
Okay, so could OP have handled this better?
Yeah.
Or is this on the 12-year-old?
I think it's pretty common for a lot of 12-year-olds that you find this cause that you just heard about, and then it's your entire. I mean, like not even with causes. We do it like 12-year-olds do it with parts of history. They do it with book series where you find something and it becomes your entire personality because you don't have a personality yet because you're 12.
Yep, that was me. I was a gardener and sawmiller for a while.
I loved Greek mythology. That was my like whole thing, and it's still my whole thing. I haven't grown. But
I was going to say, like, this isn't exclusively a 12-year-old issue. There's people who are very, very old 12-year-olds because they do this.
Yeah, it's true. But I think that you keep having these talks with her and you say, hey, and you calm her down. You wait until she's at a calm space and you say, we need to talk. You're not in trouble right now. And you explain why it's unacceptable and you keep doing that until she learns. Therapy might help for her. I don't know. Yeah.
I'll be getting all the parents together at her school and asking who's spreading this propaganda. And
Well, she's I bet
burn
she's
'em-
learning from social media.
burn them all at the stake.
I bet she's getting those like really like, vigilant vegan like TikToks or whatever that are saying like that's meat as blah blah blah.
Listen.
Yeah.
I have met some very dangerous people that don't eat meat.
What?
For example, I once made one of them mad and they punched me in the arm. All I was doing was just talking.
Is that me?
Yes.
When did I punch you in the arm?
So what I'm trying to say is this could make her a dangerous person and needs to stop now.
She's angry. Christy Cameron says, Australia just brought in the new law. People 16 and under are banned from all social media. Best decision ever protecting our youth. Yes,
Yay.
Even $5.
I'm sure they will never figure out how to work around that.
Yeah, that's what a lot of Australians are talking about, is that they don't know. Originally, when they were doing it, they were like, I don't know if this is actually going to be effective. But
if only the parents of 16-year-olds could give them flip phones instead of smartphones.
Yeah, I agree. My kid's not getting
If I have a kid,
smartphone.
I'm tricking them into being like,
Later.
all that stuff is lame and this is
That
cool.
is how you do it. Because my mom did that with like TV. She was like, yeah, it's just like, it's so lame. And I'm like, yeah, you're right.
The way to do it is you have to have other parents that agree, and those parents have kids, and then your friends are friends with those kids, and then they all are like, yeah.
Yeah.
So, update. I'm taking the verdict that I was the a-hole. I should have just said nothing during the dinner. Real quick, type 1 if she should go to therapy. Type 2 if the mom just needs to get it together.
I think therapy can help people, but I think in this case, mom just needs to approach it in a different way.
I'm just so tired of her behavior this past year. She realized at some point she can just flail and cry to avoid having to talk about her actions until someone, usually her dad, tells her to leave her alone because she can't handle the situation right now. I don't know if it's her friends, TikTok, or both.
Then get her a phone that it doesn't give her access. Like, I don't understand. I just don't fully understand. I think a lot of parents don't like grasp the ramifications of TikTok yet, and when they give them their children access to it. But I don't understand if you like see that issue and then don't use like your abilities as a parent to be like, okay, we're not going to have that anymore. We're going to give you a different type of phone so you can still communicate with people, but don't have access to that. Or like you can also put blockers on it so she can't, she could still have the smartphone, but not the TikTok.
Pariento.
Like, yes, she might still access it from friends and stuff. You can't really do much about that, but.
I'm trying to support her vegetarian diet by encouraging her to eat more salads, meat substitutes, and so on. But we had another argument last night. As most of you pointed out, yes, she was mostly eating junk food to avoid meat.
I had a friend, or not a friend, I knew this girl in high school who said she went vegan and was just eating like Sour Patches.
Oh my gosh.
Girl.
That's crazy.
Girly.
Potato chips, that is a vegetable.
Yeah, she's like, it's vegan. I'm like, okay.
Just with more steps. I just wanted to take her shopping for better options.
Yeah.
But I also wanted to address what's going on. I told her, I support you going vegan, and I'm sorry for what happened to you at your brother's birthday. But you saying mean things to us for eating meat, calling your brother a loser for eating a hot dog, and then turning around and ordering a burger in front of him is very hypocritical of you. I need you to understand that we have been very supportive these past few weeks, and we don't deserve treatment like that, okay?
It was a good response.
All right. She just stares at the TV and doesn't say anything. Baby, I need to know if you are understanding. I'm willing to help you out with this change. We can go shopping tomorrow morning for better options like salads and meat substitutes. But we are not going to put up with these comments anymore, okay? She screamed at me, "Oh my God! I'm trying to watch my show. Can you understand that?"
Immediately turning that off. Immediately. Nope, you're done. Sorry. You can go in your room and read. No more TV.
I'm
Oh,
sorry, y'all, but I was done with gentle parenting at this point. And by the way, be our parents. Support us. Go to your favorite podcast platform, search your Bokeh Story Time, show love to your kids. Yes, I said storm time.
I heard okay Tory time.
You don't even have a mic. What are you doing?
Okay Tory Time, where we talk about British politics.
We talk about this.
Oh, that's gross.
See, that is actually someone that did that to their peanut butter. I would do a spoon motion, and it would be more like saying
No,
on
that's a scoop. That got
That's
I
scooped
don't
out.
want to see that
That got
anymore.
scooped
That
out.
is not a
I don't want to
scoop.
see that anymore.
That's just a very tactical
I
scoop.
don't want to see that anymore.
I'll go find some peanut butter downstairs and I'll show you. I'll get 2 jars.
I'll show you what I do.
I'll show you the spoon one and I'll show you the other one.
No, don't touch my peanut butter.
I'll touch Christian's. He won't mind.
That's fine.
So, I won't go into detail with everything that happened that night, but I'm making an appointment with a therapist this week. The Wi-Fi password is changed,
Nice.
and she is grounded from certain things this summer. She flailed, she cried, and I didn't walk away this time. I stood firm, pulled out my phone and said, how would you feel if your friends saw you acting like this?
Starts recording her. Wow, so embarrassing. This is going right on TikTok. Vegetarian nerd gets owned.
Stop, this is a new fear.
Yikes. I hate that. I don't love that.
I might have to pull that out at some point. That was that. I tried being a supportive parent, but she was not being a nice girl. I refuse to have that behavior in my house. For those of you who are going through the same thing, thank you for understanding. Dude, I am just going to lay into you, OP. This is not love. This is not kind. You are stooping down to her level. I'm going to be real. What?
I think, in my personal opinion, I think a little bit, like, you do have to kind of be like, okay, no, that behavior is unacceptable. And you do have to be a little bit like, you can't always be like, well, okay, I understand your, in my personal opinion.
I'm not
feel
saying
like you have to be like, okay, go to your room.
I'm not saying that at all.
Yeah.
You're here.
Yeah.
Kids here. You're stooping down to her level by recording her crying.
Agree. I don't know if that was it felt like OP was implying that's like it wasn't as
she was that action of
like
humiliating
pulling out the
her
phone,
in front of her friends. That's not how you solve these kind of problems. You solve these problems talking it out, going beyond this surface of what's actually going on. Do you not feel accepted at school? Do you not like me? Do you want something different? What's happening here?
Yeah.
It's like, what's happening? What's going on?
Yeah.
Sometimes my dad, sometimes I would get frustrated and my dad was like, let's go play some basketball. That would help get aggression out.
Yeah.
And then I could actually have a conversation.
Yeah. I also think we don't need all these electronics. I just think we don't need all these electronics.
The only electronics my kids need is a chainsaw and a wood splitter.
Get out there and figure it out.
Dude, does this guy look like he uses electronics?
Could be like this guy.
Yeah.
Yes. Look at his left arm.
Get off that.
Yeah.
Get off the technology and start eating carrots and pumping iron.
Yeah.
Pumping iron. But yeah, like keep talking, keep having those conversations with her until you get through to her.
Agreed.
And that's the end of that story and the end of that episode. So if you love us, make sure to subscribe.
We love you.
And
see you tomorrow.
Hey, don't leave yet. We've got some stories that we think you'll enjoy, so stay tuned for the next one. My boyfriend wants to break up with me because I'm not a drinker?
Ah!
Okay, we're putting Alex in timeout. We started out living in the same place, but then I had a move for work, so we've been long distance for some time. Finally, I got the opportunity for an internal transfer so we could be in the same place. We picked Dallas, Texas, to move together for various reasons. Cost of living, the chance at good in-state tuition for grad school, job opportunities, amount of transplants, weather. Plus, he had some friends already living there. By the way, this comes from Confetti Andy. And if you want to submit your own stories, go to r/OKStorytime subreddit. Is everyone locked in?
Locked and loaded. Please no one scream again.
He got a job, got a place, and moved down a few weeks ago. My transfer was just accepted, so I was preparing to move down in another few weeks. He was so happy and excited when at the news, or made a good show of it if not, and said he couldn't wait to have me there. I was counting down the days. Cue to today, he says he's been having a blast reconnecting with his old friends. They've been going on benders on the weekends, and he's been living it up at bars and clubs with them, their friends, and their girlfriends. Thing is, I can't drink, like physiologically. I have a genetic mutation that makes my liver unable to metabolize the booze, so I only feel sick when I drink instead of good.
That's honestly for the best. Oh
Yeah.
my god.
I
OP's
mean-
a mutant, guys.
I know there are some people who are like allergic to alcohol.
OP's a mutant. That's sick.
Also, booze intolerance, aka Asian glow. I am Asian and he's not. Some people who have this condition drink anyway, but I feel so awful when I try, I've given up. He says he's been thinking that we might be happier if we go our separate ways since I can't drink and he likes to. I'm in shock. He's known this about me since day one. I don't feel like I act weird about it. I get my one drink to hold and sip on throughout the night so I don't look out of place, and I still have fun. I just can't do multiple rounds or shots. So OP is still drinking. If you can't get blackout drunk, this is over.
You're not the one for me.
It's one thing if OP was like, I judge you for drinking.
Yeah, you
I
can't
can't
go out.
drink. You can't go out. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna go out.
That would be totally different.
But they're out with
They're
them.
out. She's also still drinking. Up to this point, our relationship has revolved around fun activities instead of drinking. He told me that's been great and he's done more things than ever. But then he revealed to me that this whole time he's missed being able to go out and have fun drinking like he has in other relationships. He says he had more fun in past relationships being able to party and share that with them. I don't want to judge him, but he
But cue the
sounds like an
judgment.
alcoholic. I think if you need your partner to also drink at the same level that you are, you're relying on it maybe a little too much. Like you're ending relationships over it.
I disagree. I think it's as someone who doesn't drink.
Yeah.
I think it's more of like a lifestyle thing of like we're drinking, we're going out, we're going to clubs, like people doing this like every day of the
But
weekend.
I
and
don't
it's
think
like,
you need
you don't
another
need to
person
drink.
to do it.
Yeah, you don't need to drink to have a good time.
Yeah. He says a lot of what people do for fun in Dallas is going out to bars and drinking. So if I come, I won't be able to participate and I'll feel left out and unhappy. We haven't officially broken up, but the conversation felt pretty final. I'm reeling. Moving to Dallas still makes sense for all the same reasons, and I can afford it just fine, but I didn't expect to have to do it alone. I'm also feeling discouraged over the idea that I won't be able to make friends in Dallas if I can't drink. It's tapped into a major insecurity of mine. I've struggled in the past because the other people who don't drink either do so for religious or moral reasons or are the kind of people who don't like going out altogether. So I don't connect with them as much. I do like to go out and have a good time. I even go to raves. I just do it sober.
Well,
Yeah, so
Then-
they have, that's what I'm saying. It
Yeah.
seems like they have the same lifestyle.
it seems like they're
She's
doing the
just not
same
drinking.
thing. I don't
Yeah.
know. Yeah. It seems like he's
It's just
trying to
weird.
say something, but he's not saying what the thing he actually wants to say.
But then if I'm in a group that's drinking, they feel weird if I'm not drinking too. Not gonna lie, it sucks. In my opinion, it actually bothers people. So that makes me feel bad and out of place. But I can't help how I was born. Sometimes it's hard not to feel defective. Now I'm wondering if I should still go through with the move alone. Is this going to be a major friendship barrier in Dallas? Are there people out there who are outgoing and like to be wild sometimes, but also sober? Yes.
Yes, a lot of people.
Yes. A lot more people nowadays, too,
Yeah,
like
and
to
it's
be
great.
sober. Are there people out there who are outgoing and like to be wild sometimes, but are still sober? Where do I find them? Relevant comments. Red Rose Beetle. This reads to me like he moved to Dallas, reconnected with friends, and started living like he's single again, and found that he's enjoyed it and possibly found someone else. OP says that hurts like heck to hear, but that would make a lot of sense. The Bram, he says he's been thinking that we might be happier if we go our separate ways since I can't drink and he likes to. If he actually said this, full stop on moving to Texas. Considering your dilemma has several blindingly obvious compromises and solutions, which you should have thought of, I think it's likely something else is going on here, and he's looking for excuses to end the relationship.
Agreed.
That's what it sounds like.
Yeah.
Opie says, I'm in Chicago right now and have been looking to move. The cost of living and weather have really affected my quality of life here. I also wanted to go to grad school in the next couple of years, so I need to be saving money. Dallas seems like a place I could have the large city experience I want, different things to do, young people, transplants, downtown living, with the standard of living I want, but still be putting away money. My big concern is that it is like he says, that the drinking culture there is too pervasive for me to fit in. I Have Sensitive Knees says, if you survive the drinking culture in Chicago, then I'm sure you can survive elsewhere.
Yeah, shout out to Malort.
I think there's something that has either happened or externally or internally inside of him that he is not sharing and he's making an excuse, or that, like someone said, that it just became very important to him because he started doing it more and realized something of like, oh, this just isn't a match, and now I'm going to communicate that this isn't a match, but I'm going to do it in a way that doesn't really make sense.
John, we're going to get back to the story,
Yeah.
but you're old.
You're as old as me now, pal.
I might be as old as you, but I feel like you have oodles more wisdom.
I've got some wisdom in this old noggin.
You got a piece of wisdom for me right now?
Always respect your
And I think the other piece of wisdom that I've learned from John is join OK Storytime memberships.
Yeah, that's freaking right. We have 60 plus hours of exclusive live streams on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays.
It's only $5 a month, so go to the link in our description, youtube.com/OKOP show/join.
Get it now while I'm still alive.
Now back to the story.
Long story short, we had a discussion and broke up that week. Not gonna lie, those first couple months were hard. It felt like the rug had been pulled out from under me and I was totally unsure what to do next. I was torn between sheepishly asking my company to withdraw the transfer or going ahead and moving alone to what felt like my ex's city. Either way, the clock was ticking on my apartment lease. The anxiety was keeping me up at night and the lack of sleep only made things worse. On top of that, it was tough knowing that I was probably the only one sad about the breakup, while my ex was living his best life, partying with best friends and banging hot chicks, relieved to be rid of me. So yeah, that felt like crap.
That is a very breakup thought. Everyone in a breakup thinks, my life sucks now, and now my ex is living their best life.
Yeah, it's not true. In the meantime, I threw myself into work to keep my mind off things. That's when things took a crazy turn because one of my projects garnered a lot of attention. It led me to writing a report that made its way to a member of upper management. Lo and behold, a few weeks later, a management position opened up that I was uniquely qualified for.
Endings.
Woo! And the interviewer was the same person who liked my report. This is great. So I got the job. And when they told me that I would need to relocate to our home office in the Bay Area.
To the Bay.
In the Bay.
The Bay Area is great.
I
That's
love the
very
Bay.
fun.
It's a spot. It's
In the Bay Area, I work in biotech. I was able to tell them that all my stuff was already packed and ready to go. Thanks, X. So now, instead of Dallas, I'll be moving to the Bay Area in a few weeks. One of my best friends is coming along for the ride. We're going to make an epic road trip out of it and hit a few national parks along the way. Since we have fully expected to move in together, my SO had taken some of my belongings down with them. Thief! I paid about $500 so far to get my crap shipped back. He should be paying that. My kitchen stuff and some pieces of furniture are forfeit. He has yet to return my gaming consoles. We really should have split it, but I knew he'd turn that into a back and forth that I didn't want to deal with. TBH, there's also enough of a difference in our budgets that $500 to me is not as big of a deal as $250 would be to him. It's yet another blessing that we never merged our finances. It feels like they were in a long relationship.
Yeah.
It feels like they were
there's
in
potential to merge.
to move in
To
and
move
merge.
in and
Yeah,
to merge
Maybe like
finances.
they were
feels like
high
they were in a
school-
fairly long. Yeah,
I can see it being high school sweethearts, and then he discovered like really drinking.
I've reminded him a few times about the rest of my stuff, and he keeps telling me he'll get it to me. I really don't want to have to come down there with a police escort to take back my property, but it's looking like I might have to. I don't know why he has to make this so difficult, but I'm getting pissed. So if anyone has any advice to share on that, I know I'll never know his true thinking, but honestly, who cares at this point? I've also decided I'm not going to try to date for another year at least.
Also, another breakup thought. It's not going to happen, but
Yeah.
good thought.
I've been told that my management role is likely to be upgraded to a director role, depending on my performance review. Wow. So work will probably take up a lot of my time. Any remaining time I have, I want to devote fully to forming friendships. But most importantly, if you couldn't already tell, it's clear that I have some serious work to do on self-worth and boundaries. I think it's important to note that it's not like this guy was a deadbeat loser. I know it's easy to think, why is this woman dating an a-hole? When you read these posts, but it's rarely that simple. Everyone who met him loved him. We shared a lot of common interests. He was fun to be around, always happy, great to talk to, supportive of my career, a fantastic cook, very organized, came from a great family, had a good job, all of that.
People are roasting me for not knowing the Greyhound. I've ridden buses before. I just never rid a Greyhound bus. Is that in a certain area?
No, it's like for longer.
Yeah, bro.
Trips.
Greyhounds are like that's well
Yeah.
known. I'll show you.
Yeah.
I'll show it to you after this.
Okay.
However, there's no denying that I was in a long-term relationship with someone who consistently took way more than they gave, like on every level, and he himself would admit that. You guys can listen to more full episodes with stories just like this. If you go to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or your favorite podcast app, just search up OK Storytime. And there is a little bit more left to this story, but do you have any final thoughts?
He doesn't sound like she's like, oh my God, he sounds like an a-hole, terrible guy. He sounds like a human person.
It's kind of a bit of an anal.
I'm not that surprised by his behaviors. Seems like OP doing great, just got promoted.
Doing so
is
much better.
Going to the Bay Area, is focusing on friendships, and is maybe challenging the assumption that she can't make friends if you're not drinking. And then also she was seeking advice for getting her stuff back. I would text him, ask him to call about logistics, and then on the phone ask and not be aggressive, but be like,
hey, I need this. No, don't even say when. Just be like, hey, can you? I need this weekend.
Sure.
Like, give him a deadline.
Yeah, give him a deadline.
Yeah, just say
Either
like I need
ask
this
him
this
his
weekend.
deadline and have him like commit to something, or like be like, I need it by this.
Yeah, like say like let's do Saturday at 10 a.m.
Yeah, but a text.
Yeah.
Frick texting.
Doesn't work because they'll just ignore it.
Yeah. So you don't want to go back and forth with texting. Set up a call.
I want to take this time to work on myself so that I never accept that kind of situation again. But when I do decide to put myself out there again, it's the Bay Area. God knows there will be plenty of guys around who also get Asian glow and will understand why I'm not drinking, LOL. Irrelevant comments. NYC Quilt says, good for you. I think your plan to work on just developing a friend circle while figuring out your relationship patterns is a good one. Getting back your stuff. I don't want to be insensitive, but is anything there worth flying back for? Or are there things of sentimental personal value? If it is stuff with monetary value, you might want to ask r/legal advice if there's a legal way to recover it. If it's the latter, is he just being lazy because he knows you're far away? Then give him a deadline with a consequence, yeah. Or is he someone who chronically can't get his crap together? You might be able to hire one of those organizer types to take a list and pack it up. Opie says, it's sort of a mix. He has a full set of my dishes, which is technically replaceable, but I specifically picked this set out because I like the style and pattern. It's probably $250 of pretty good quality dishware. He has my souvenir mugs, which have sentimental value to me. Monetary value there is maybe $100. The gaming console are actually my old GameCube and PS2 along with their games. Those are sort of a sentimental value nostalgia things, even if they're technically replaceable. Although I would have to put some work into finding resale items to replace them. What I suspect is that the dishes are a matter of effort, because he knows he'd have to put work into packaging fragile items. But I also suspect he hasn't sent my consoles because he's enjoying playing Smash on the GameCube. When I searched the subreddit, some people mentioned sending certified mail with a deadline. And that is the end of that story.
As a stream that started with a happy ending.
Yeah, exactly. I agree. I think OP got out of a kind of relationship, and everything seems to be going really well for OP now.
My boyfriend received a sweater from his female friend with her face on it.
That's such a thoughtful gift.
Boyfriend told me his best friend wanted to get awkward family photos taken at a department store while wearing ugly Christmas sweaters. Fine by me. Fun little thing for them to do. But today he calls and tells me she gave him the sweater they were going to wear, and it's a custom-made sweater with her dogs and her face on it. By the way, this comes from you, Throwaway 4738297. And if you want to submit your own stories, go to our OK Storytime subreddit. So he made it clear he didn't know about it and doesn't want me to feel like he's wearing another woman's face, like he loves her, but more like he loves her dogs.
You know what? If I saw a person wearing a sweater with someone else's face, I don't think my immediate thought would be, oh my God, he's in
I
love
would say
with her.
there's love. It wouldn't be like he's in love with her or like infatuated. It's like, well, yeah, they're friends.
Threw us both off, as it's extra. We talked about this girl multiple times, my feelings about them and boundaries. He only recently changed her name in his phone as half girlfriend.
Oh no, sir, that's not an inside joke.
And it also upset his ex, and it took me telling him it made me uncomfortable for him to change it. I know he sees me as a priority over her, but I can't help but feel uncomfortable about this. Am I the O-hole?
Overreacting. No, you're not overreacting.
You're not the O-hole.
You're not the O-hole, and you're not overreacting.
So I read this to my boyfriend, and both of us audibly said, ew, when we read that your boyfriend had changed her name to half-girlfriend. They're clearly emotionally involved. It doesn't matter if he doesn't take it seriously. She most likely has feelings for him, and it's inappropriate even if he doesn't feel the same. I would not be with a partner whom I changed their best friends of the opposite sex name to half-girlfriend. I disagree. Commenter 2. Half girlfriend, this is weird. Frankly, I'm surprised you're still in this relationship, but that's coming from someone who's dealt with the girl best friend before. As a woman with very good long-term friends who are men, some who are single, some married or in long-term relationships, this is very weird and obviously inappropriate. So don't gaslight yourself or let yourself be told that it's super normal and you're just being crazy. LOL. It's blatantly disrespectful to you and the relationship, and the friend. The girl knows that, which even if she did like him, she would be respectful, so she sucks. And if he sucks for not maintaining boundaries, he's not going to be able to have a healthy update like this. All right, update. All right, January 1st, 2025, same day, 19 hours later. I really didn't expect my first post to get the response it did. Wow. But here's an update on the situation. Last night, I worked New Year's Eve while my boyfriend had the night off. He was going to get the Christmas photos taken with his best friend, but when they realized the store was closed, they just went over to her place to hang out. He looked me in the eyes before I left and told me he wasn't going to drink, but when I called him after I got out of work, he was wasted, as his best friend told him to do shots. He's gotten wasted at her place before and stayed the night without telling me beforehand, so I really didn't know if he was planning on staying or not. I was upset, and he could tell and asked me to pick him up, except it would be an hour worth of driving for me after an extra day of work to go pick him up. Thankfully, someone gave him a ride home. I have a question. After the last time it's happened, that he got drunk at his best friend's place and stayed the night, did OP put down a boundary and say, I'm not comfortable with you doing that again?
We don't know for sure, but it does seem like she kind of, it seems like she brought up that it made her uncomfortable, because it doesn't seem like she's had a problem in the past of like saying, hey, this is making me uncomfortable. I don't like when you did that.
I ended up going home, calling a friend of mine and talking things through. He agreed that the sweater thing was weird, and the time I'm on the phone, my boyfriend calls me 5 times. I eventually hang up and call my boyfriend. He's crying and a mess, and I could barely understand him. So I get up to go see him. I've had a history of bad panic attacks, and I know how bad they are and didn't want him to be alone. He had a mental health episode and kept spewing self-hate and asking me what I saw in him not living up to his potential, on top of a lot of other things that I didn't understand in the exhaustion, wastedness. I let him stay the night at my place because I knew he didn't want to be alone, and I was worried about him, but soon after we got home, he threw his empty vape across the room and started beating his fist on the couch and yelling, complaining about a game. I was getting incredibly concerned because I'd never seen him act like this. He almost immediately passed out after the outburst, though. Yeah, it's just not looking good.
No.
He doesn't know what's been going on, but his mental health has been in a bad space lately. Last week, we got in a bad fight while we were wasted with yelling and crying. We talked things through, and I figured we'd talk things through when we woke up, but I already wanted to send him home and him be alone with his violent behavior. But he started crying when I brought it up. He spent most of the day sick in the bathroom. He said he only did 2 shots all night. So I'm not sure if he's lying or if he just ended up with a stomach bug and a bad time. At one point, he was in the bathroom and his phone wouldn't stop ringing. After the 3rd phone call, I got up to look, and the call was from the half-girlfriend, his friend, his best friend. The moment he came back out, I told him he was leaving and he was single and I would be ordering a lift from home. You were all right that the half-girlfriend thing was the big red flag, as weird as the sweater was. It hurt me the first time he said it, and we discussed it, and he said it was a joke, but promised he understood and would change it in his phone. When I brought it up to him, he said that she had asked him to change it back. So he did. I told him he'd chosen her over me.
I think that is true. I think
You're making it hard for me to defend you.
Yeah, I think the fact that she asked you to do it, or like OP asked you to change it, you agreed and then changed it back. Pretty messed up.
So the history behind the name is that my boyfriend used to live with her and her ex was so terrible that by comparison, my boyfriend was better to her, and so she would call him her half-boyfriend.
So the inside joke is that he acted like her boyfriend?
My boyfriend actually had asked her out in the past, but she rejected him, saying they were better off as friends, and he agreed, saying he didn't want to date her.
Okay.
But you can date us by listening to full episodes with stories like this. Just go to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or your favorite podcast app and search OK Storytime. There's another relevant update, but let's discuss.
Yeah. And so my thought is there's no way that he was like, yeah, you're totally right. You know, I don't actually want to date you. I bet it was like, he was like, hey, like, I would love to ask you out. And she was like, sorry, I just like, I think we're better off as friends. He was like, Yeah, me too. That was a
you?
trick.
I didn't want to date
Why would I
you.
date you?
Disgusting.
It's
Yeah.
I love you so much. Yeah, as friends? Yeah.
Yeah.
As friends.
He's like, do you want to kiss? And she's like, no, we're better off as friends. He's like, I meant the chocolate.
Obviously, though, she has no respect for me or for my relationship, and I can't trust my boyfriend when he's around her, so he's no longer my boyfriend. I'm a bit of a mess right now, to be honest. I'm exhausted from dealing with him and not sleeping because of it, and all of this is made it worse by the fact we work together, and our coworkers have been very supportive. But I feel like I made the right choice in breaking up. Here's to starting off 2025 single. Relevant comments.
Listen, girl, 2025 started off really bad. Come on.
Yeah, just overall bad.
Yeah.
It's okay.
It's not
We're all
you.
in this together.
It's not you. It's 2025.
Comments are number 1. Great choice dumping him, OP. Now make it a complete 100% no contact going forward. OOP, I work with him, LOL, so not possible, but it's going to be very limited contact. OOP on her age and her ex's age. OOP, LMAO, I'm almost 28, he's 24, and I realize I'm too old for this crap. I strongly suggest that you find a new job ASAP so that you could go full no contact. Your mental health will thank you. OOP. Unfortunately, I now work with 2 exes, and this is the best place to work in my industry within the city. It might be uncomfortable, but I'm not giving up a good job for a boy. Additional comments from OOP after reading everyone's comments. OOP, first off, thank you for all the comments. I'm still emotional, but I'm doing better. I feel confident I made the right choice. Some general information in regards to comments, though. Those of you that have guessed he would come crawling back have already proven correct. Yeah, because you broke up with him when he was drunk, so he's like, wakes up, forgot it all, and was like, hey, babe.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, he's crawling back.
Unbelievable. Yeah, honestly, I will give you that. I will give you that. He probably doesn't remember this conversation. It doesn't seem like it was like necessarily the most straightforward breakup. It sounded like you said, you don't have a girlfriend anymore.
He texted me that he's feeling better physically at least and wants to do better for me. I told him I like to have a real conversation. Okay, good. I only want to talk to give us, or more so me, the dignity of closure and to end things like adults, especially with us working together. I really don't have any desire to get back with him. I generally don't think he's mature enough for an adult relationship, and there's too many changes that need to happen for me to be happy with him. I wish the best for him, but I don't feel like I need to be there waiting for his progress. To the people that said, don't date coworkers, I know it's a bad idea, but unfortunately my industry has a lot of in-dating, and sleeping around with coworkers is incredibly common.
What's your
work
industry?
is this? Do you work in a restaurant? Hard to meet other people when you work nights, weekends, holidays. I think she works in a restaurant. He was a good friend of mine before we even started dating, and I actually already liked him for a while, so I made a calculated decision, but God, am I bad at math. I generally don't think he got drugged. He's more a lightweight with booze, and he was also smoking that night, but I do think he may have drank more than he let on or did some substances that he knows I wouldn't approve of. The girl's roommate and mom, I guess, he never elaborated on that, was also present, so I don't think anything criminal happened. I genuinely don't think he cheated either. He's stupid and bad with boundaries, but he's loyal. At the very least, I like to believe he didn't cheat, as my last relationship ended with cheating, and I really don't want to think it's happened twice. Additional info is that he admitted to mixing up mine and her names all night, which just adds on to the pile of red flags. Why? You don't have to admit that.
Yeah.
I don't think it's like keeping a secret from your partner.
Yeah,
just
I don't
be
think
like,
you have to be. Yeah, I don't
I was
think
doing something weird.
It's like, hey, oh my God, I was calling you her name all night. My boyfriend is too close to his female coworker, so I want to draw boundaries.
Draw them. Draw the boundaries.
First, some background and the good stuff. Okay. I have been best friends with my boyfriend since 2013. We even lived together during graduate school for 2 years before we started dating. Whoa. We started dating in 2016 when we were roommates, so we've been together around 2.5 years now and have lived together for a lot of that time. By the way, this comes from It's Me, 2213, and if you want to submit your own stories, go to r/Okie Storytime subreddit. So, we did a brief stint of long distance when we got jobs in different locations after school. In January of this year, he moved states to be with me, and I still can't get over how amazing that was of him. We are now living together again in our own apartment, and we couldn't be happier. He is my best friend and absolutely the person I plan to spend the rest of my life with. He's smart, funny, an absolute sweetheart and a romantic, and he makes me feel so loved every day. We have talked about our future many times, and I'm anticipating a proposal in the near future. Also, he has many female friends during our time together, and this has never bothered me. I'm rarely the jealous type. He's hung out one-on-one with girls before, and I have no complaints. There has been one girl I told him I was uncomfortable with, and he stopped hanging out with her, but that was a lot of reasons, not just because she's a girl. So on to the recent issue.
Uh-oh.
After moving to my state, he has had to pass a couple of tests in our field before he could start working. He did so and was able to secure a job in early June. He likes his new job so far and generally likes and gets along with his coworkers, but he hadn't really made any real friends yet. He's hung out with my coworkers, sort of friends too. I'm also pretty new to the area and likes them as well, but no one he would hang out with one-on-one. I know he is missing having a group of friends back in his home state where he moved from. About a month ago, maybe a little more, he started mentioning one coworker a lot.
Oh.
We'll call her Liz.
Question.
Yes.
What does Liz look like?
Is she hot?
Is she hot?
At first, it was just in passing. My coworker Liz said this or that.
And she's so hot.
She's my hot coworker. It also turns out Liz used to work with an organization that works closely with my organization, so she knows a lot of people that I work with and what's going on with my job and field of work. So it was a small world kind of thing. She would mention someone I knew or something about my job, and he would tell her he also knew that person because of me, that kind of thing. But he started talking about her more and more often. I'm talking probably every single day over for a few weeks, he would have a story about Liz or something that she said. So I knew they were talking or hanging out at work a lot.
So my hot coworker Liz the other day decided, like, what if we just kissed? So we kissed, but it was like, babe, it was so platonic how we kissed with my hot coworker Liz.
He did say that Liz mentioned she wanted to meet me, and she has a fiance that she lives with. So that made me feel good. Nothing to worry about, and I was happy he was making a friend here. Liz actually lived nearby us in a temporary place because they were moving around for her fiance's job. So a couple of weeks ago, he tells me that Liz suggested they start carpooling to work together. Their office is about 30 minutes away without traffic, but our city always has traffic, so it's more like 45 minutes each way most days. Honestly, this made me a little uncomfortable since this meant they would be spending an hour to an hour and a half alone together in the car every time they rode together. But I didn't say anything because they wouldn't be carpooling every day. Some days they work in the office and other days they work on projects around town. So this would only be days when they both go into the office, maybe 2 to 3 days a week. Besides, he only mentioned it in passing as an idea at first. A few days later, as he was headed out the door, he said, "Okay, I'm going to go pick up Liz and head to work. I'm going to go pick up hot Liz and head to work." I was surprised because he never told me they decided to definitely start carpooling together. But it obviously wasn't a big deal. He's like, "Oh, it was totally fine."
I really don't mind it.
He has never mentioned it again. So as far as I know, that's the only day they've ridden together. It hasn't been an ongoing thing. I was fine with this. Things started intensifying quickly last week, though. Uh-oh. As I mentioned,
Hot Liz
and her fiance were in a temporary place before, so they decided to start looking for a permanent apartment.
Wait, hold up.
Yeah.
She has a fiance.
She's got a fiance. That's why OP was like, I wasn't that worried. My boyfriend casually mentioned to me one day last week that they were actually interested in our building and that they wanted to come see it the next day. This came out of left field for me. Our building is very nice. It's a luxury building in a good area downtown, but there are also tons of similar buildings in the area. But I figured they were just checking out all kinds of places, and ours was probably one of many on the list. So late last week, they came by our building for a tour. I actually saw them briefly on the elevator, and we met for the first time. But they were being given a tour by management, so we didn't hang out. Well, later that night, Liz texted my boyfriend that they decided to rent in our building. I honestly didn't know what to say because I wasn't thrilled. I felt like now they will definitely want to start carpooling together every day they can, and they will start becoming even closer. My boyfriend was obviously very happy about it when he told me. I just kind of asked if they were looking at any other places and why they weren't looking any closer to where she and my boyfriend work. And he said they just really like this building, and her fiance works more closely to our area, so it works for them to live there. Also, okay, I'm actually not really suspicious at all.
OP is uncomfortable and is not naming that to her partner. It's such an option to name your discomfort without having to make the other person wrong or the situation wrong, but of like, I'm feeling a little insecure. I'm uncomfortable with this. Can you help me feel better about this? Like, can I have more details? I'm making conclusions in my mind. There's so many ways to go about it, but it seems like you're kind of like you're holding discomfort and then you're trying to like skirt around it.
We're going to get back to the story, but Sam, you have a copious amount of something.
What, John?
X's.
I have like 4 or 5 or 6.
I heard of 6 with a 0
All
behind
right,
it.
that 60 number, comes from somewhere else.
Where does that come from?
It comes from our OK Storytime membership.
Yeah, that's freaking right. We have 60 plus hours of exclusive live streams on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays.
It's only $5 a month, so go to the link in our description, youtube.com/OKOP show/join.
Join a club almost as exclusive as Sam's X's. Well, let's get back to the story.
Ever since then, I feel like they have already been talking more and more. They text and have called each other a couple of times. To be fair, as far as I know, it has all been either work or apartment related. But I also don't really see his phone and have no idea how much they actually talk. A couple of final things prompted me to write this post. Up until now, I wasn't thrilled about all of this, but could deal with it. This weekend, we traveled to visit my family for the holiday weekend. Yesterday, during a family lunch, he got up and went into the other room with his phone for a few minutes. When he came back, I asked, "Where'd you go?" And he just said I was getting a phone call. Later, I asked who was calling him at lunch. He said it was Liz with a few questions because they were moving in at the time. This slightly bothered me because I felt like if I hadn't asked, he wasn't planning to tell me it was Liz who called.
Does he need to report every time Liz calls or texts?
He went back to our city last night while I am staying in my hometown with my family for a couple of extra days. While driving him to the airport, I got a random thought. So I asked, "You're just going to take an Uber back home, right?" That's how we got to the airport. He kind of hesitated and then said, "I was actually going to see if maybe Liz could pick me up so I don't have to spend money on an Uber." Yet again, I felt like he never would have mentioned this to me if I hadn't asked. Also, we live close to the airport, so an Uber is not expensive and he makes good money.
He has no friends. He's been wanting friends.
Yeah, and now
been
he's
sad he
made a
doesn't have
friend.
friends. He's made a friend, and he interacts with his friend as any friend would. And now every time that he's interacting with his friend as any friend would, OP is getting upset at that interaction.
I reminded him that Liz and her fiance were moving that day and probably did not want to come pick him up at the airport. I would have said this for anyone. Moving sucks. And he thought about it and agreed, and he didn't end up asking her. I don't know what to do from here. On one hand, I'm genuinely glad he's making a friend. There are no red flags here. Things seem 100% platonic, plus she has a fiance, so we could all be couple friends. On the other hand, he seems to be getting really close to her really quickly. He talks about her constantly, a lot more than I explain in this post. They're probably going to be riding together often, and I feel like he's starting to, unconsciously or not, kind of hide some interactions with her from
I
her.
think he's just happy. He's just excited.
I think he's just happy, and I think if he is unconsciously hiding him, it might be because every time he brings her up, you get weird about it. Is it time to set boundaries? If so, what would reasonable boundaries even be? Is carpooling together too much? Is it okay for them to hang out alone together outside of work? I have no idea, and I've never been in this situation before. I don't know how to talk to him about this. I just feel like we need to have a talk now that she is living in our building, but maybe I should wait and see if things escalate. And there is an update. What do you tell OP?
This is classic nonviolent communication, which is just simply observation, emotion, need, request. So it would be like, hey, I'm noticing you're getting super close to this friend. I'm feeling a little uncomfortable, maybe a little insecure, maybe not considered, maybe confused. There's so many different emotions you can name. And then you could have, and then after that, name a need. So it's like, I'm having a need to be respected. I'm having a need to be considered. I'm having blah, blah, blah. And then you could talk about what that looks like.
A lot has happened since my last post, and I got some good advice there, so I wanted to post an update. After I made the last post, I came home from the trip with my family a couple of days later. I told my boyfriend that I wanted to talk to him about something, and I brought up his friendship with Liz. I basically brought up all of my concerns from the post. I told him that I didn't want to discourage him from having a friend, but I also felt like they were talking quite a lot and spending a lot of time together, and that it was starting to make me feel uncomfortable. My boyfriend took it really well. He immediately reassured me that he only saw her as a friend, and that he hadn't even realized how it could look to me. When I brought up how I felt like he wasn't being forthcoming with information, like how he didn't mention the phone call from her, he said that was 100% unintentional. He then immediately asked what he could do going forward to make me feel more comfortable. He offered to stop carpooling with her and to cut down on contact with her except for work-related stuff. That's a bummer. He offered to stop carpooling with her and to cut down on contact with her except for work-related stuff. So basically stop being her friend. I don't like that.
It's really sweet.
I told him I didn't have a problem with the carpooling because financially it does make sense. He spends a lot of money on gas. But maybe he could try to text and call her outside of work a little bit less. I also told him I would really love to meet her and her fiance, and he enthusiastically agreed.
Oh.
He set up a hangout for the following weekend. The two of us and Liz and her fiance all went out for drinks at a bar by our building. They were moved in by now. It was actually really fun.
Let's go.
Woo! It turns out we have a ton in common. Liz and I do very similar work, and we all have common nerdy interests. It was a little awkward at first, as meeting new people often is, but once we all got comfortable, we had a blast. From there, we have all become fast friends, and Liz and I have developed our own separate friendship too. We text often, go over to each other's places for dinner sometimes, and hang out on weekends. I can honestly say I really like Liz and her fiance as a person and trust her 100%. I no longer have a problem with her friendship with my boyfriend at all. They do still carpool together, but they've never hung out alone outside of work. It's always the four of us. I feel like a huge weight has been lifted off my shoulders. Finally, I have a separate but slightly related update. My boyfriend is now my fiance. Woo! Less than a month after I made my last post, he took me out for a really beautiful and romantic dinner. When we came home, our apartment was covered in roses and candles. I was so shocked I could barely move as he got down on one knee and proposed. Whoa. I said yes, and then cried for about 2 hours as we all called our family and friends. It was absolutely perfect, and we're getting married next year.
He said, babe, I love you more than anything in the world, and I want you to be my hot Liz forever.
But you can be our hot Liz if you go watch full episodes of stories just like this. Just go to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or your favorite podcast app and search up OK Storytime. But there is a little bit more to this story. It turns out that Liz actually helped him plan the proposal. And that was part of why they were talking a lot too. Since she lives in our building now, he has had all the flowers, candles, champagne, and accessories shipped to her and kept at her place until he was ready for them. He even had her hold onto the ring the week before he did it. After he proposed, she came upstairs and took photos for us and cried with us. That was the moment I realized what a great friend she is to both of us. So communication saves the day again. We're all great friends now, and Liz and I have regular girls' nights to plan our weddings together.
So sweet.
Love it. Edit. Wow. I know this is stereotypical, but I never expected my post to blow up. Blah, blah, blah. You guys rule. And that is the end of that story.
Another happy ending.
Woo!